And now,
it's 10 a.m.
Let's just get down to it.
And it's time for your sports fix.
Strap yourselves in, folks.
From two guys who have covered the teams you're passionate about for years.
We are professionals.
This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ed, 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
Oh, man. Missed that voice.
What's up, bozos?
How are you?
What did I miss?
Oh, you know what you missed. You know what? It didn't actually get that much run, but it got a bunch of run online. It got a bunch of run online, and then I'm sure you didn't realize. So what was that, Monday night? Was it Monday?
I don't even know.
So, again, to recap, if you missed it, because I only touched on it very slightly, your conversation, and I say yours specifically because I went back and listened to the clip and I don't hear my voice in
it's
it
just
at
me.
all. It's basically you calling everybody at Texas Tech a bozo and Steve placating you. Saying, yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Steve got wrapped up in it. Apologies to him.
And, of course, when you go back and look at the podcast, it has your face and my face on it. Uh-huh. And the clip does not, as the guy clipped it and recorded it off his phone, doesn't say who's talking or anything. So nobody knows if that's me talking or you talking or Steve Bartle, who has nothing to do with the conversation really other than he was in on the interview, calling everybody at Texas Tech a bozo. And some local here, or should I call him a yokel, clipped it. He's a BYU/Texas Tech fan, which apparently there's a camaraderie there.
That's a thing?
He tweets it out, and all of Lubbock, Texas, circles the wagons to come after the show about how would anyone in Utah know anything? We don't know anything about college football.
They were tagging the coach.
Yeah, they were like, Joey McGuire, I hope you play this before the game. It's like, yeah, you pathetic losers. I hope you play it before the game. Yeah, hey, Dad, these guys online are being mean to us. Yeah, Joey McGuire,
funny.
Play that before the game. Play Jake and Ben's radio show before your game 7 weeks from when we had that conversation. But then, so it was Monday. Tuesday morning, we opened the show with the color analyst from the team.
That's what Christian told me.
So anyways.
But he said you didn't mention it to him.
No, and it got buried quickly. No, we did move on quickly because...
And again, it wasn't pandering. Like, I didn't schedule him because that was going on. I had him scheduled already, and then all that stuff came out.
Nor did I necessarily feel like talking about it, A, as an independent solo show host at the moment, and B, it was a lot of you, and I didn't need to defend you.
Your controversy, no. Can I tell you my favorite tweet that I got during this storm?
Because it generated 70 retweets and 60 replies, and now in retweets you can quote tweet it, so there's replies in the retweets.
I love it was like 40 bookmarks, so that's like 40 people
Someone's
that
coming
are
back to it.
To circle back and rub it in my face. But how about this one? Moe Jaguar.
Okay.
I
saw him.
You can do. He says he tweets. This is what I woke up to, by the way, in San Diego. Good morning, and a hearty F you to Ben and Jake.
Clarification: the tweet was not censored. Jake censored it for the air.
Correct.
That
was it?
Funny.
That's all he did? That's all he tweeted?
Yeah.
I had people coming into my other tweets, like my mailbag for the Jazz, being like, hope there's no bozos on the other. So, yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
I did feel like it was fair game because I got you into some hot water with some Utah State fans not too long ago, and I felt, well, Jake got me back.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's totally fair.
You know what? I've been buried under, even the 5 Utah State fans that got after me were way meaner and more creative than the Texas Tech fans. Like,
well, yeah, they have an education.
Our local teams are way meaner and more creative when they're mad at me. But it was quite funny because they were so upset about the word bozo.
Yeah, they really did not like that word. They're like, what am I supposed to say when you use such inflammatory language?
They don't know what inflammatory means.
Correct. Yeah, they don't know what bozo means.
Here's the irony of it that was so rich to me because they were so upset about bozo. And we try and reset our bits, and it is a bit. The word bozo is totally a bit on the show, but here's why. Is because you and I both like a good insult.
Yes.
But insults get a little hurtful and you can't say all of them on the air, and some of them really are over the line. And the reason that I love Bozo is because it's a takeoff of clown, which is a really funny insult. You know, you're a clown. You're an unserious person. You're the one putting out a fire with a seltzer bottle and spray yourself in the face.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
that's it. It's a funny insult. And then on top of that, Bozo is just a random clown character. And I feel like my grandpa insulting somebody in the 50s. And we said, nobody can be that mad at being called a bozo. That was the whole generation. People can be mad when you call them
Yeah, any number of insults.
and people get upset, and I don't blame them. But bozo's silly.
It's G-rated.
Lighthearted.
It's G-rated. It's lighthearted.
Yeah.
Nobody could possibly be that mad at being called a bozo. And you know what I'm here to tell you? Apparently I was wrong.
You were wrong. All of Texas Tech was mad about it.
Well, and you didn't even call Texas Tech fans bozos.
No,
you just
you didn't.
called
Oh, their
the
administration.
You didn't even
bozos.
call Joey Maguire a bozo.
No.
You didn't call their current players bozos. You just said, why is this team always conducting the Texas Tech special, which is a 7-5 season? Why are they always doing that? Why is it always 8-4 when you have Patrick Mahomes? Why can you why can you have the number one offense in the Big 12 like you did last year and not do anything of any import with it? What's the deal?
That's the whole point.
There's got to be some bozos somewhere.
Somewhere in the operation, there's got to be some bozo behavior happening.
If
That
you
was-
weren't with
that
us
was really-
when we were 7-5, don't be with us when we're 9-3.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was thinking about they never won a Big 12 title under Mike Leach.
No, our analyst that jumped on with us said it was the 1950s was the last time they won a conference title. The 50s. And they're mad at you. They're mad at you
They're
specifically.
mad at me.
They didn't
Yeah.
know who they were mad at, so they just sprayed it everywhere.
I
But,
never read Mike Leach's book. What was it? Swing Your Sword.
Yeah.
But I did interview him about it multiple times. Guess what his opinion was about the people running Texas Tech? His words were a lot meaner than Bozo. I'll tell you that. So I don't know. Anyway, I did find it hilarious, and shout out to the good folks at Texas Tech.
The Red Raiders have won co-championships in 1976 and 1994. They have not won an outright title, it seems like, since 1955.
Chris, by the way, just snap talked this at me. He says, "Welcome back, Jake. I was laughing at the rage that inspired. So soft," and then a little emoji of a toilet paper thing. I got a text. My buddy Chris lives in Colorado Springs, and he's got a very important job. So he's not online all that much. I'm in the middle of Legoland, Ben, sweating, waiting in line for the cars thing. And I get a text from him, and he goes, "I just logged on to Twitter for the first time in 6 months. And what did you do to make the Texas Tech fans so mad?"
Fun to rile up another state.
I just said I called them bozos. That's it.
You didn't call them bozos.
I called the administration
You said there are
bozos.
people within that building that must be bozos that have prevented them from ever reaching the type of success that Baylor and TCU, probably even Houston, certainly Texas A&M have reached.
Got to be something there.
Something there, for some reason, Texas Tech cannot get over the hump.
There was a lot of crying, though. A lot of emotion.
A lot of tears.
A lot of tears.
Yeah, solve the drought down there.
I was well hydrated on my trip to San Diego. I mean,
I
Red
could
Raider
just
tears.
picture you Monday sitting on the beach in your tie-dye shirt and your bucket hat and what are your glasses? What's your brand?
I don't even. What is it? It's not Kenneth Cole. It's another one. Tom Ford.
No, is that no?
Oh, these are my Maui Jims.
Yeah,
Thank
your
you very
Maui
much.
Jims having a true out loud chuckle.
And where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses.
Yeah, I saw your tweet too, Christian. It wasn't funny.
About Texas Tech, just soaking it up on the beach.
Oh, taking a train to Old Town.
Yeah.
It passed the whole trip. We had like a 45-minute train ride.
Anyways, so yeah, I did. You're right. That did happen on Monday. That was a Monday-Tuesday event, and we moved on.
Very soft. But you know what? Joey Maguire's going to play it for the team before.
He's probably playing it today.
Probably playing it right now.
He's probably got a picture of us up on the tackling dummies. Probably sees us at practice every day.
Which I'm happy to motivate. That's fine.
Yeah,
Whatever you got to do.
Great.
Whatever you got to do to get there. I just am picturing, though, the coach standing in front of the team saying, guys,
Bad news.
we're going to play a
Brace
clip.
yourselves.
Play a clip right
This
now.
is going to hurt some of you.
Here's some bozo in Utah calling us bozos. And not even us. The administration bozos.
Show them who the real bozos are.
Guarantee Joey Maguire thinks that they're bozos running the show.
I think every head coach thinks that about the administration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Play it for the team. Oh, I love this job so
That was
much.
pretty funny.
So much. But I would like to congratulate Utah, BYU, and Utah State fans, all of whom have been mad at me at one point or another over my career. You're way more creative and way meaner than the Red Raider fans out there. So, like Utah and Kook fans and have caused tears before. It was laughter from the Red Raider faithful.
Yep.
But speaking of like the generation, the generation of this whole convo is Texas Tech has raised a bunch of money and they're slinging it around like drunken sailors.
Yeah.
Did you hear Bosco this morning with DJ and PK? He was good. He talked about the quarterback race, but spent time describing fundraising at BYU. I had an anxiety just listening to it. I mean, it sounds, no offense to Robbie, it sounds awful. It sounds like I would want any other job on the planet.
Asking for money is horrible.
Just begging people for money. And I just assumed Robbie was playing golf and getting set up and, kind of living the good life. No, he's after it. They are I mean, the whole name of the game has become fundraising. Now, the problem with Texas Tech is, okay, what do you do with your resources?
Yeah.
Because I saw USC have more resources than everybody during Utah's run in the Pac-12.
And got huge recruits and huge transfers over and over and over.
And speaking of clown show.
Yeah.
Just clown show.
Right.
What you do with the resources. I mean, there's...
Oh, Texas A&M. You've talked about it a lot. Jimbo Fisher's last team there cost dozens of millions of dollars and didn't do anything. Cost him his job.
And here's where maybe I'll defend Texas Tech for a second. Maybe I'll steel man my argument and bring up a bozo take I had. When Kevin Young was hired and BYU was going to go down this road of we're going to be an NBA grooming factory, I thought, sure you are.
Yeah.
Sure you are. No, that's not going to happen. I was like, it's going to take BYU years to even win a game in the Big 12. Totally wrong.
Yeah.
Have taken massive resources and obviously deployed them quite well, or at least did last year. Mm-hmm. So absolutely wrong. There's a program that took a total new direction under the current rules and have figured out a way to really put it to good use. So could Joey Maguire and Texas Tech do that? I suppose so. The history would say, I doubt it, but the history at BYU basketball would have said something, and now they're doing something else. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, college sports is everybody. I mean, it is a resource battle in a way different way, and I actually feel bad for fans because man, they just get shaken down at every dang turn.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, Robbie was describing how they have their current donors and they send their current donors out into the community to find other people that have money to donate. I mean, it sounded like, oh my gosh, this is keeping up with the Joneses is a crazy operation. And it bummed me out, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you. You can look, professional sports have their numerous flaws. I see it. You see it. There's more behind the scenes. And yeah, you're paying out the nose for food and drink and, all of that's tickets, jerseys, whatever. No one's knocking on your door asking for money to sign Lowry Markin into a contract extension.
What
Guys,
a world.
do you want to be good?
If
you want your Jazz team to be good, I need you to put money in my hand right now.
Crazy.
What?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's, you know what? It's broken. I don't know how. I don't think they can fix it, honestly, unless they
collectively bargain. But
I don't think that's happening. Yeah. Or the Supreme Court is somehow reverses itself.
Yeah.
There's I'm specifically referring to putting the NIL back in the bottle. I don't think you can do that.
And again, some teams, athletic departments don't mind going out and asking people to put money in their hands so their team can be better than the other team in which direction geographically they're playing against or consider their rival. Texas doesn't want that. Texas doesn't want to collectively bargain.
Nope.
Why? They get billions of dollars. Not billions, but, Texas Tech right now shouldn't want to collectively bargain with anybody. They've got a billionaire donor who wants to give them all the money so they can be the best team. Why would they want to say, well, you know what? I feel bad for New Mexico State. I just want to be on equal footing with them. They don't want that. So, no, they're not going to collectively bargain in that sense either. They're not going to come together. It would take the players sitting out, and the players aren't organized to do it, and there's too many of them. So,
who do you collectively bargain against? The conferences are technically the ones that collect the money.
Yeah.
Not the NCAA anymore. They certainly don't have any control specifically over football. Who are you?
Right.
I mean, these are, in large part, not all, obviously, but public universities. So are there governments? Are they state governments?
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
And never going to happen. So, not to mention, maybe not even in the athlete's best interest. Although having a little guarantee that you could have some stability, I'm sure would be nice, because they've sacrificed ultimate stability for none at all. But, I don't see how you can prevent now boosters, donors, the zillionaire at Texas Tech from coming in and paying whoever he wants.
Right.
They can't set up a rule against it.
Right. And why would that guy want collective bargaining?
Right.
Yeah.
And you could say, oh, they'll sign a non-compete with the university, or that they have to adhere to all the university stuff if they're going to take a salary. Well, you can easily throw that out the window with a little negotiation. I'm the star quarterback. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So
no, it's not in a good spot. No question about it.
So maybe Texas Tech figures it out and has $1 zillion, and all of a sudden they're a juggernaut. I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah.
They're the ones who chiseled Mike Leach over a couple of bucks on his way out the door.
Yeah.
Rough.
They just landed one of the highest rated recruits for 2026 or 27, but
I did see that.
I think they've got 3 or 4 top 20 transfers in the country that are on the team, specifically on the offensive and defensive line. Yeah, they went out and spent money
we'll
to
see how
address their
much
issues.
that matters.
It was funny watching them defend the time Patrick Mahomes was there too. And they were like, but the defense was terrible. And it was like, exactly.
It is
you
funny.
Find a way to lose.
It is funny you mentioned USC. It's Lincoln Riley. And
oh, yeah, stinking.
where did he start?
Oh, yeah, right.
Right? Doesn't matter how much money you give USC or Lincoln Riley. He's going to be stinking Riley.
He's going to stink it up.
He's a bozo.
Apparently. I wonder what.
But maybe a bozo born of bozos.
I wonder what USC is going to go in the Big Ten this year. I think they were picked like 8th or something crazy.
Yeah, 4 and 5, something like that. 5 and 4.
How are they putting up with that out there?
They weren't doing their good in the Pac-12 either.
No. But, I mean, fingernails was good for like 10 minutes, and then they extend.
And he won a Heisman, at least is exciting. But
you remember their schedule that year, though? I mean, yeah, I think that era for old Stinkin' was a little more smoke and mirrors. I mean, Utah fans probably agree, right? They beat that team 3 times?
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Beat them here, beat them there, beat them in the conference championship
once,
game.
because they beat Oregon with the other one, right?
Yeah.
So beat that team 3 times? Yeah, probably thought, oh, they weren't as good as advertised.
Yeah.
Heisman, my eye.
I mean, didn't Bryson Barnes beat him?
Yeah, the pig farmer. With a scramble, if I remember.
Yeah. To set up the field goal.
Well, honestly, that's the problem with the air raid. I mean, if we really want to bring this full circle, you just can't have a good defense. It's not possible. And why at USC would you want to hire a coach that's not going to have a good defense? It makes no sense. And maybe you could make that argument at Texas Tech now, too. I don't know. How are they deploying those resources?
Yeah.
But if I can get a monster defense, I'm doing that.
But again, they had the number one. This is the argument that I didn't really get into at all, but yeah, you had the number one offense in the Big 12 last year. Did Texas Tech, if we're going to continue to beat this drum. You can't have the best offense and the best defense. It doesn't happen,
Well, unless you're the 1999 Virginia Tech Hokies, but that's a different story.
It's not going to happen. What are you going to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? How much are you willing to give up of your identity to fix something? Yeah, Utah could give up their defense if they wanted to play a lot faster and score a lot more points. I don't know if it makes them better. So you've got to figure out what that perfect balance is, and that's the really difficult job. And do I think Texas Tech is going to do it in year 1 after getting all these transfers? Probably not. Probably not.
Good morning and a hearty F you to Jake and Ben. I should ask Maddie how it was some guy who clipped it. It wasn't even like our podcast or anything.
Yeah, it was just some dude who clipped it.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, you can go see how many plays we got, how many clicks we got. See if we got any more. See if our traffic has been up from
in Lubbock?
Specifically in Lubbock. We can geographically check some of that.
So the guy that clipped it and riled up the Texas Tech fans is a BYU fan and a Texas Tech fan?
I don't know where he resides, but that's what was in his Twitter bio.
Okay. All right.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that dude. You could at least contribute to our podcast numbers or something.
Yeah,
dude.
post the link next time.
Yeah, to the podcast.
What are you doing?
Yeah, follow us on Twitter.
If you're going to make some salacious thing out of us using a word that I use maybe 200 times a show.
Text JB to 57500. Yeah, that's the best thing you could do.
Sponsor the show!
Sponsor the show!
All right, top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. Coming up next, Jacob Ben 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ben 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Shout out to Tyler on the Snap Talk who sends in talking about USC and resources, Ben. Says USC lost a ton when Lori Loughlin got busted and that Full House money was huge.
True. Yeah. The entrance scandal.
Did you ever watch the doc on that?
I didn't.
It's good.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's amazing the damage that 2 or 3 people can do, if that makes any sense. Lori, in a way, was kind of a victim.
Okay.
No, I mean, not a victim, but found somebody selling to her access.
Yeah, she got caught up in it, I'm
yeah.
sure, and she was not the only one doing it. She didn't create the scheme.
Right, exactly.
But she was an easy face to paint.
And I kind of get it when you do love your kids and you want the best for them and all that stuff. Now, obviously, she took it way too far. But anywho,
Yeah.
shout out to Tyler. That's right. Lori got busted, and that Full House money was gone. All right. Top 3 stories of the day, KSLSports.com, brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start?
Number 1, guys, this breakup is getting pretty messy.
This is Utah State, Boise State, and who's the third?
Colorado State.
Colorado State, suing the Mountain West Conference now for withholding money that they feel they are owed, even though the Mountain West Conference feels they're owed money from the Pac-12 for these exit fees for these teams. And what part of it comes down to, or another part of this lawsuit, in addition to the money that they feel is owed to them from Boise State going to the college football playoff.
They're a part of the lawsuit,
and they are part of the lawsuit. But some of the money that's been made by the conference that has not been dispersed to these schools, even though they are leaving, they're suing. And they're also mad that it feels like they are arranging for Grand Canyon to join the conference earlier than expected, which could end up taking basically a piece of the pie that's going to be divvied up between these schools and change some travel schedules that'll cost more money.
It is arranged. They are joining this year.
They're joining this year.
Yeah. So they're, I think I might have saw the word fraud.
Yeah, they said the word fraud in the lawsuit, and they feel like the wool's been pulled over their eyes because now they have to adjust what they had already finalized.
I saw a writer from Boise who covers the Broncos use a hashtag Gangster Gloria, which I got to admit made me laugh. This is just it's a messy divorce. If you want
that's exactly right.
If you want to think of it in those terms, my wife and I were tired, but we rewatched an episode of Modern Family from a long time ago, and there was some joke about a guy making a joke about his separated wife, that she was spending all of his money in Europe or something like that before, whatever. Gloria is just going to shut off. She's bitter. She's just going to shut off the siphon.
She closed the bank account.
The money comes through her.
Yeah.
So she's saying, okay, I might be in the right, I might be in the wrong, but I'm hanging on to this, and you're going to have to sue me. I am going to make it so difficult for you to get your hands on this dough. And to add insult to injury, I'm going to give some of this money to someone else that's going to be a part of this conference in the future. And now when, judges and all that get involved, I'm sure that the red tape will eventually be sifted through and the money will go to these schools. But Gloria is not going to make it easy. She's going to make them, you're going to have to bend over backwards for this. I'm going to make this as hard for you as possible because you betrayed me.
I think that's what it is. I think it's pettiness. And by the way,
Yes,
it's not just from Gloria.
absolutely.
It's from the schools. It's from the conference as well. It's just, we're going to go through every word in every contract and figure out where we feel like you might have violated that, and we're just going to bring it up. And we're just going to bring it up and look at every receipt.
And I don't blame her. And again, Gloria Navarez, the commissioner of the Mountain West Conference, is kind of the face of this topic. But she took the job thinking that it was one thing. It became something else immediately thereafter. And she's out there protecting her interests.
Yeah.
She's trying to protect the schools that stay behind. She's trying to do what Bowlesby did with the Big 12, and that's scramble and figure out a way for your conference to proceed.
Yep.
And they stabilize things by retaining UNLV and trying to attract other universities around. And they're not going to make it easy for these schools that are leaving because they don't care. She doesn't care. Why? She doesn't represent their interests anymore.
Right. And
so I don't blame the Mountain West for what they're doing. Now it's a little, they could be nicer about it.
But there's no reason to.
But there is no reason to.
Right. And truthfully, no bridge can be too burned, in all honesty, in this situation. Because if any of these schools needed to go back to the Mountain West Conference to stay alive, they would go back, even regardless of how this is happening, as ugly as this could be.
They'd welcome them back.
They would.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen it with Boise.
Right. Exactly right. So I think what we're seeing is make it as hard as possible, make it as ugly as possible, knowing that the fallout from it is not going to actually be that bad. You might as well just try and save as much money as possible.
Well, and she's got the same problem that Oregon State and Washington State had, is that whatever conference that they put together, it's going to be worth way less than it was before.
Yeah.
So this big war chest of money actually matters because they're never going to see a windfall like that again. So it changes the math on it big time, and it's like a messy divorce. And the Mountain West isn't going to give an inch. And I can't say that I blame them. I do think in this case they're going to lose. I mean, you can't just withhold agreed to payments.
Agreed. But just acquiescing, which I think is probably what happened a little bit too much in the Pac-12, is a death sentence. So you might as well fight for it.
And not to mention that Gloria Navarez played nice with Oregon State and Washington State. Yeah. She played nice with them with that scheduling agreement, even though people I don't know if Scotty was saying this. Somebody on the station was saying you're letting the
rooster in the hen house.
Wolf
in the hen house.
Fox in the hen house.
Fox in the hen house. Don't let the rooster in there.
The
more
rooster,
chickens.
That's a different thing.
More chickens.
No, you're letting the wolf.
Yeah.
Into the hen house. Fox into the hen house.
Yeah.
Dog.
The predator.
Raccoon.
Coyote?
You're letting the predator into the area.
Letting
in
the
which
hen
prey
into the hen
resides.
house.
And that is exactly what happened. So she was rewarded with losing her conference, basically. So I don't, she's not going to be happy about it.
Keep the rooster out of the fox den. I always say that. I've always said that.
And UNLV wants that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, hey, we're the big fish now. We want that dough. All right, what's next, Christian?
Number 2 was a wild first day of NFL preseason. Yesterday, there were injuries all over. Ashton Ginty had 3 carries for -1 yard. So is he a bust?
Obviously, yes.
Yeah, obviously, huge bust. I feel bad because if you saw the picture of his finger, it was pretty hideous, Anthony Richardson. But the absolutely unchecked edge rusher just steamrolling him is everything that you expect from the Colts, everything funny about preseason football, everything funny about Anthony Richardson, which is
can't stay on the field.
You either got to recognize the blitz, or your team has to defend you, or you have to get out of that, or you have to dump the ball off to the running back.
Getting creamed isn't the
a lot of things could have been, everything could have been better than that. But yeah, the absolute wide open lane to drill you and break your finger felt familiar. if you've watched the Colts or you've experienced the Anthony Richardson saga, really, even since Florida. So I was watching it live, and I laughed, and I felt bad about it, but I truly laughed at how poorly it was executed.
He's a great example of why evaluating players in any sport is really difficult. And while we're talking about the Raiders, they have a big history of this, where Anthony Richardson, and you said this when Utah was playing Florida, by the way, you look at him, he's the size of a linebacker.
Yep.
He runs like the wind.
Huge arm.
And he's got a big arm. And you look at that and you go, whew, man, can you imagine what that could be? And then you ignore other things, like he didn't really play the position very well.
Right.
Even in that game where they beat Utah and he was really, really good, it was at the end and it was super simple stuff. And Utah kind of imploded in a way.
Yes, of course.
But not to relitigate that particular game. But he goes 10th to the Colts? Am I remembering that right?
He went higher than that. I think he was like 5th.
Was it that high? 5th
Regardless,
to the Colts?
yeah, he was a top 10
Because
player.
their evaluator looked at him and goes, wow, look at this guy.
I get my hands on him.
Are you kidding? Wow, we could really do something.
Wow.
And it's little decisions like that you just brought up that are really the key to being successful in an NFL level, because everything is so fast.
Yeah.
And you have to know. The reason Tom Brady was so good is because he knew what was going to happen before the snap even came, and then he got the ball out. He threw it. He knew where to go. He knew what to do, all the things. It's not because he was some magician athlete. It was because he knew the game. He read the game. He'd done it a million times, and he became unstoppable. Anthony Richardson does not have that.
And we'll see if he can stay on the field long enough to develop it.
To learn it.
Learn it. And that's
because
the hard
some
part.
never
He
do.
might not. Tonight's games, Detroit at Atlanta. Cleveland, the Shador Sanders show at Carolina.
Is
that
he
game is on the
expected
NFL
to
Network.
start?
I think he's definitely playing, right?
He is expected to start. Gabriel and Tiny Hands Pickett are both injured, so you should see Shador and Tyler Huntley.
Who got signed because of those injuries, right?
And then Washington at New England tonight. So 3 games, and then a whole slate of games on Saturday, and then 2 more games coming up on Sunday. So football is on. You can watch it.
Preseason is so hard to watch.
Yeah, it's not. It obviously it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
But you don't even know who the players are.
But you know what? I just like the sound. I like the audio. I like the visual of it. I had it on last night while I was doing everything else in my night, and I was loving it. It's just like nice to have something on TV, and maybe that's just as stupid as I am. It's just nice to have something else on TV. Love Island ended 3 weeks ago now. I've had nothing to watch consistently, so now just football's on all the time.
Are you trailer guy? Like if there's a movie that you're really anticipating, when the trailer comes out and you can't wait to watch it?
No, as I'm a movie guy, you know that, but I don't know when the trailers are coming out.
Because I don't like trailers because I don't want to see it. I'll see the movie. I don't need to see.
I admire that. I do consume too many trailers.
Yeah, I don't really watch trailers. Like it's our conversation about college football camp. We're just so excited about the movie coming out, we can't get enough of the trailer. Like, I can't imagine paying money to go see a 23-23 tie in an NFL preseason game.
And you know what?
I would have burned that stadium to the ground.
I did feel good about that because if you watch the game late, and maybe it was even the Ravens game last night, there were clips in the fourth quarter where they were at the field level and showing the quarterback looking over the line. And in the background, you could tell half the crowd had left. And I was good for those people. You got home. Go home. You don't need to stay for a 3-hour preseason game. I was glad even they got sick of it. I had that same feeling.
All right, what's next?
Here's Utah wide receiver Tobias Merriweather. We've heard his name a lot in recent weeks. These are his thoughts on learning Jason Beck's offense.
Yeah, he runs I would say, weird style of offense. The way they just do stuff is just not what's the normal offense for, especially in college. But I think it works great, especially for new guys, and we're able to just come in quick, get it down, and run it.
New Art Monk has dropped. That's going to be the next great receiver at Utah, Tobias Merriweather.
You know what's funny is correct me if I'm wrong, because I was following this from afar and in between dodging threats and insults from Texas Tech fans. I saw some of Bartle's reporting, for example, and some other things coming out of camp. And it seems like they're really tempering the receiver thing for once. I've heard things like great strides, And so maybe I'm just viewing it from a different
Do you
angle.
have the clip of Witt talking about receivers and very quickly pivoting to the tight end position? And to your point, yes. Now, Witt has even said, like, we'll feel better after Saturday. He did say, like, they feel a lot better about the receivers today or right now versus where they were even a week or two ago.
But that's not, speaking of Tyler Huntley, there's a clip that Hans played over and over again where he goes through all these receivers and he's like, I've got this guy and this guy and this guy. And it's like, I've got guys. And it's like, you just listed a bunch of guys that I don't think. So anyway, I've been getting a different vibe on the receiver thing. I'm and again, correct me if I'm wrong. Are they hanging Merriweather as the next start Monk?
No, I think he is the name that has emerged.
Okay.
But no, I don't think there is this thought of, I don't think we're going to get the think piece of like, is this the next 1,000-yard pass catcher?
Do you remember what they were saying about like Raylon Singleton?
Yeah, of course.
You know,
yeah.
all that stuff. And no offense to Raylon, he's just the first name that jumps into my mind, but he turned up, he was okay.
No, I mean, how many times have we seen? It's at least two where it's been like midway through camp. We're exactly at this point, and you're just like trying to see if this one transfer is going to become eligible. And he was good at his last stop, kind of, where he played 5 games and was kicked off the team, and you're just like waiting for him to break through. It's like, because it's been pretty desperate. It's been pretty desolate for a while, and we will see if there's. I'm just curious what type of production there will be. I'm not expecting big production. I'm just honestly curious how they're going to be used.
For once, it just feels like they're underselling it.
Which is probably not a bad thing.
Well, yeah, especially when you don't have the next start Monk.
Yeah. Which they have never had.
Or a Mark Rippon that can throw him the ball.
Yeah.
I'd say they've made big strides. Tobias Merriweather is really doing some good things. Tayshawn Lyons or not Tayshawn Lyons, but Zip is doing some good things.
I do like hearing Witt snap. He's trying to remember Zipperer's name, and he snaps a couple of times. Like, what? Yeah. He hasn't touched the ball all camp. Like, what is his name?
Honestly, I don't blame, especially football coaches, if they need a second to have a name.
It's
come
amazing
to them
they have
because
any names
there are
memorized.
so many names that they have to keep. Like, it's incredible. So anyway, I'm giving Witt a pass on that one. But it does. See, even that clip, like it felt like kind of underselling it a little bit.
I'm with you. Which is fine. That's
Which
totally
is
fine.
totally fine.
The offense is not designed to have 900-yard receivers.
And you heard Merriweather say that.
It might
that
be
it's
designed to
different.
have 9 100-yard receivers, but not one 900-yard receiver. You're not going to see that.
Nope. All right, stay tuned. We'll have more coming up next. It is the Jake and Ben Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Who's got it better than us?
Your home for the best sports coverage in Utah. You're listening to Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Ben, it's a free ticket Friday. I love it that we're doubling up on the tickets these days. Awesome. Caller 12 right now, 801-575-ZONE. You're going to win 2 lawn tickets to go see Pantera, the heaviest tour of the summer with Eamon Amarth. Did I say that right, Ben?
Yeah.
Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater,
Sure.
August 20th. So caller number 12 right now, 801-575-ZONE. I have a feeling the amphitheater is going to be loud on August 20th.
Yeah, very.
Like, you can't have a tour called the heaviest tour of the summer and have it like a James Taylor concert. You know what I mean?
It's not really his thing.
That's not it. 801-575-ZONE. Caller number 12 right now. Also, you can nominate the youth sports volunteer you know for the Hercules Hero of the Week. Submit your nomination at kslsports.com/contest and listen every Thursday. The JJ and Alex for the winner help us celebrate the efforts of those volunteers making an impact with the Hercules Hero of the Week, sponsored by Hercules First, Federal Credit Union, and Beehive Meals. Christian told me you got steamrolled by Scotty and what you got Wednesday.
I did. We did Best Scots, which I just did horrible. I just ended up with like 3 comic book characters in a row at the end. I can't remember what I did an awful job. And it was one of those ones that all day I went home and was like, that's Scott. Oh, that's Scott. Yeah, I just did a really bad job. And then what was our other
Best
draft?
Aggies?
Best Aggies.
Scotty G, that is, smoked you.
He did. He just killed me in both. I had a bad... You know what? And I have to give you some more respect. It's a little harder to host the show and do the draft. All I have to do is sit back and wait, right? I can prepare for it. You're executing a clock and making sure we get in and out of the segment and setting up the draft, et cetera, et cetera. There's a little more to it. So you have to deal with one other thing.
I'm still surprised that Scotty G picked Ridley Scott, of all people, number one.
Number one.
I feel like he could have saved that a little bit.
Probably, yeah.
But, I mean, Scottie Pippen at 2. There's a lot of value there.
That's a good pick.
And how'd he snake F. Scott Fitzgerald from you?
I know. Well, I did give him
that's your wheelhouse.
I also gave him the number one pick in both down. He got in the third round. So
yeah, I don't even know who, 3 out of your 5
right.
Scotts are.
Exactly right.
Who's Scott Pilgrim?
He's a comic book character they made a movie about.
Like the Ant or something?
No, he's Scott Pilgrim has to fight off this girl he likes ex-boyfriends. It's actually really funny. It's a very fun concept. Had Michael Cera. The movie's really good, actually. It's quite
What's it
enjoyable.
called?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, it doesn't matter. And it's not one of the great Scotts of all time. That's why I got it 5th, and it was a bad pick then.
You should have picked Scott Gerard. That would have been better than that.
I could have taken Jake Scott, my co-host.
Yes, you could have. Yeah, thanks, Ben.
I know, I blew it. I had a truly terrible draft. It was one of those drafts where my second pick in, I could feel it getting away from me, and I couldn't ever get it back. I couldn't ever quite slow it down, calm my nerves, and get the next pick right. It got worse and worse and worse. And you see how, people make bad decisions and they start stacking them because they panic. That's exactly what happened. I panicked and it just got worse.
Scotty G's good at that kind of thing too.
And I would hope that if it's been your name your whole life, you have some insight on who the famous Scotts are in your life, right? You have noted accidentally
the famous Bens?
There's only one. It's Ben Franklin. But yeah, you just kind of notice a little bit here and there, like, oh, that's my name.
King Benjamin?
I don't know. Maybe.
Isn't that where the name is basically from?
Benji, the car, right?
What about the dog?
Benji the dog? Oh, it's Herbie the love bug, not Benji.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I don't know. There's only one famous Ben.
Ben Affleck.
Okay, Ben Affleck. That's a good one.
Benjamin Button?
Yeah. Ageless.
Ageless, exactly. All right. Well, anyway, I just noticed that you got whooped up on a little bit.
I did. I got absolutely smoked.
Shout out to Scotty G. All right, stay tuned. We'll have more coming up next. Jake and Ben Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.